Um, Hi, I'm Jordan Long, and today I'm going to talk about YouTube being 15 years old. Now, 15 years ago, YouTube was started, and it's only been 15 years since it's been around. And a lot of folks can't think of a time where there was not YouTube, but yeah, there was a time where there wasn't YouTube, and the only way you could get a film up is if you owned your own webstead, or you had hired someone to make your webstead for you if you didn't know how to make one yourself, and that was about it. Or you'd make a bunch of films on your web shooter or on your own shooter, but unless you actually had a webstead, it wasn't going anywhere. So YouTube came along and gave everyone that stead that they could do their films on. And it's grown into one of the most biggest name-known film websteads out there. Yes, it's true that there have been a lot of upsides as well as downsides to YouTube. But at the end of the day, YouTube being around for 15 years is a big thing. Now, of course, there are going to be folks out there who are going to talk about the other broken down websteads that just showed up out of nowhere but could not do what YouTube could do. So, I just want to first off talk about that. So, anyway, here's another thing I just want to talk about. That was just getting that out of there. Alright. So, the way that I look at this thing, and it's not even the way I look at it, it's more the way I believe this thing. So, you're always going to have folks out there who want to shift their films. No, it's not even that. Folks out there that get backed or afforded by businesses that somehow seek them out. Now, don't ask me how this is done, since I truly don't know. But I think it's always mates. That's usually how it goes. And then the mate somehow either the business either asks them, hey, why don't you talk about our tool or whatever. And they're always mates. No business is ever going to seek out me. I mean, let's be earnest about it. I'll be truthful and frank about it. No business is going to seek me out. They'd be like, Jordan, how can we seek you out? They'd be like, Jordan, we can't seek you out. You're not a mate? You don't got no income or trade worth coming from Google or YouTube? Your films don't get a lot of watch time or a lot of looks or a lot of watch. So we don't think that we'll be reaching out, going to be doing that. Because we want our stuff to get looked at and bought and talked about. And we can't work with you because you don't have any trade worth or income, and you're not a mate, and you don't have a lot of looks and watching going on your films. Sad we can't do business with you. Yeah, that's how it'd be like. Then it'd just be another oversight that you would have to follow. You would have to be what was known as business-wise friendly. Something that all YouTube business mates know all about. Because they already behave like that anyway. So they know all about that. It means making films that a business would feel good with buying time on, is what it means. And if a business even reached out to you and asked you, hey, talk about our new tool or this or that, you would still have to be business friendly with them. Meaning that whatever you did, that they didn't like, you could lose your mateship with them. And you know it is what it is. That's the truth. They would not pick me because, as I said, I don't have a lot of watchers. I don't have a lot of lookers on my films. We know that. I have no trade worth or income or gold. I'm not a mate with Google or YouTube or anything like that, so it wouldn't work out. And then some of this shit that I do in my films, yeah. And then you'd have to wonder about the oversight you were on. And it wasn't just a YouTube fellowship oversight or ownership law oversight or shielding children's needed oversight or the YouTube oversight of business. On top of that, it would be being business friendly, wise friendly, and then a whole bunch of other oversights that you didn't know about besides the ones you already know about. So no business would ever reach out to me. They would, and then they would pull back saying, oh, well, you're not a YouTube mate. You don't have no income or trade worth from Google or YouTube. You're not a Google mate. And, well, you don't got a lot of watchers and a lot of lookers on your films. So, looks like too bad. You're right. I don't have a lot of watchers or lookers on my films. I'm not a YouTube business mate or whatever they want to call it. I don't have no income or trade worth coming from Google or YouTube. And you're right. I wouldn't be good for you. Some of the things I say and do, even though they might follow YouTube fellowship oversight and ownership law and the YouTube oversight of business and the shielding children's needed, deed. And certainly, and sadly, I truly would not, and then I would have to follow being business-wise friendly, which I don't know if I could follow those oversights. So yeah, it's not going to work out. So no business will ever reach out for me for nothing. And I like it that way. Because as soon as someone reaches out to you and they're a business, you know that you're going to have to follow their oversight or you're going to lose whatever mateship you got with them. You might still be in good standing with YouTube for YouTube mateship if you're a YouTube business mate or not. You still might be in good standing with fellowship oversight, ownership law, oversight, the oversight of business, and also shielding children's needed deed. You might be in good standing with all those things, but then you might not be in good standing with being business-wise friendly, which no one truly knows if they're truly in good standing with that or not. So, yeah. At the end of the day, I'm glad that that's never going to happen. I would have to tell them, thank you, but no thank you. I don't get a lot of watch time. I don't have a lot of lookers or watchers on my films. I'm not a YouTube business mate. And with just sake, I would always be frightened of fucking up their oversight. Which I already follow YouTube's oversight when it comes to fellowship oversight, when it comes to fellowship. I already follow the oversight or law when it comes to ownership. And I follow the business oversight when it comes to working on YouTube, or at least working the webstead when it comes to YouTube. And when it comes to the leadership, the shielding children's needed deed. But besides that, that's about it. Those are all the oversights and laws that one has to follow or be in good standing with. So at the end of the day, I know that no business is ever going to pick me up, because they're going to look and they're going to say, oh, you don't get a lot of watch, you don't get a lot of looks, and we want folks to watch your films and see our tools and our business and like it and talk about it and love it and buy it and work with it and all this other stuff. So that's never going to happen. It never will. I'm Jordan Long, and I'll see you later.